Hey everyone, let's jump right in. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to break down a super fun French story about a kid named Lucas. We're going to go sentence by sentence, and by the end of our time together, you'll literally be reading along like an absolute pro. So, the big question is, are you ready for a French adventure with our brand new friend Lucas? Because look, we are not just going to sit quietly today. No way. I want you traveling right along with me, practicing your French out loud wherever you happen to be watching from. When I read a sentence, listen closely and then try saying it right back. Let's make this totally interactive. All right, section 1, meet Lucas and family. Let's find out exactly who is going on this trip. Here is our very first sentence. Listen closely to how I say it, and then I want you to give it a try. Lucas part en vacances avec sa famille. Go ahead, try saying it out loud. Great job. Now, notice the word vacances there. Any guesses what that might actually mean? Yep, you probably nailed it. Translating this over to English, it means Lucas goes on vacation with his family. I mean, the French word vacances sounds a whole lot like vacation, doesn't it? It's like a giant clue. Who else out there loves going on a good vacation? I know I absolutely do. Let's keep building our story. Listen to these next two lines. Il voyage en avion. Il visite un nouveau pays. Okay, your turn for a little call and response. Can you try saying the word avion? Avion. Spot on. And here's what that translates to. They travel by plane, they visit a new country. So that awesome word you just practiced, avion, literally means plane. And a fun fact from the original text, it mentions that this plane ride is long, mais intéressant, which means the journey is long, but interesting. Moving right along to section 2, at the airport. You know, traveling is a huge team effort, and our story breaks this down perfectly. Let's walk through the steps. Step 1, Lucas porte son sac. Lucas holds his bag. Step 2, son père tient les billets. His dad's got the tickets. And step 3, sa mère regarde la carte. His mom is looking at the map. Visualizing who does what really brings the whole scene to life. Everyone's got a super important job before they can even board that avion. All right, section 3, exploring the big city. Now just listen to the rhythm of these French words. Ils arrivent dans une grande ville. L'hôtel est beau et propre. Pay super close attention to those descriptive words at the very end, describing where they're staying. And here is the exact translation. Ils arrivent dans une grande ville. L'hôtel est beau et clean. Notice the word hôtel here? It's got that cute little hat over the letter O, but when you actually say it, it sounds almost exactly like the English word. We call that a cognate. Sometimes learning French is a total breeze because the words basically hand you the answer. Oh, and of course we learned the hotel is beau et propre, beautiful and clean. So what is Lucas actually up to every morning in this big city? Let's run through his daily routine. First, he marche dans la rue, walks in the street. Then he visite un marché, visits a market. Next, he regarde les magasins, window shops. And finally, sometimes he mange dans un restaurant, eats in a restaurant. Okay, I want everyone to put on their absolute best, fanciest French accent and say the word restaurant with me. Ready? Restaurant. Magnifique. Let's take a deep breath for section 4. Beautiful nature sights. I'm going to read these beautiful sensory sentences, nice and slow so you can really soak in the rhythm of the words. Just picture it. Il voit l'océan. Le ciel est bleu. Le vent est doux. Let's look at what that paints for us. He sees the ocean. The sky is blue. The wind is soft. Notice the French word for blue is bleu. It's spelled just a little bit differently than in English, but it sounds so similar. And imagine that comforting feeling of the soft wind, the vent doux, just coming right off the ocean. It paints such a peaceful picture, doesn't it? Bringing the energy back up for section 5, a formidable vacation. Our story continues. Le soir, il écrit un message à son meilleur ami. Notice the word message right there in the middle of the sentence. Based on those cognates we talked about earlier, words that sound the same in English and French. What do you think message might be? Any guesses? You totally guessed it. It translates to, in the evening, he writes a message to his best friend. I mean, think about it. He has so much to tell his friend. The airplane ride, the super clean hotel, the busy market, the blue sky. Are you curious to see exactly what he writes in this message? Well, here is what he says. Les vacances sont formidables. Come on, let me hear you say it with me, as loud and happy as you possibly can. Les vacances sont formidables. And honestly, that beautifully captures the feeling of a really great trip. Formidables is this massive, fun adjective that means wonderful, great, or fantastic. Lucas clearly had an absolutely fantastic time. Let's just say that word one more time together to celebrate finishing our reading journey today. Formidables. Seriously, you all did such an incredible job reading along and practicing your French with me today. You should be really, really proud of yourselves. But before we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a quick question to think about. Where will your next voyage, your next trip, take you? Will you travel by avion? Will you look up at a ciel bleu? Keep practicing these wonderful new words, use them on your own adventures, and I will catch you next time.